Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's a beautiful day in life. It's just a beautiful day. I want to say in paradise. It's like paradise. We always think, oh, palm trees, beaches, private island in the middle of Caribbean blue seas and just gorgeousness, right? What if this is paradise right now? This moment right here, right now, this is what paradise looks like, feels like. Some people are going to go, oh my God, I'm so screwed. And then there's going to be somebody who says, oh, that's a different relationship with what I have in my world. Ooh, could you create that relationship? Well, Linnea hopefully is coming on. She named the title today. She wanted to talk about loving yourself, being kind to yourself. And I just turned that into selfish loving kindness. And because that's really what it is. And there's a huge access to that selfish loving kindness. Let's back up. What is it to be selfish? It's to literally pay attention to and take care of you. Don't you deserve that? Come on. Don't you deserve that? You do. You deserve to be taken care of, to be treated kindly, to do that with everybody else, but you got to start with you, right? So, selfish loving kindness. Which brings us to that when you are loving and kind with others, Linnea's here, woo! That you're also being selfish because the moment somebody else is being treated with loving kindness, it bounces back and you get that right back to yourself. So, hi, Linnea.
Hi, everybody. Welcome.
We had a computer glitching happening on Linnea's end of life.
It was kind of crazy there.
Crazy. Technology, it's always such a fun thing. Fun, till your daddy takes her T-bird away. Yay.
Okay, can we get a T-bird, please?
Oh, I would love that. Okay, so here we are, selfish loving kindness. And that the world you live in right now, this is welcome to paradise.
Yeah.
This is it, your life right now. How are you seeing it though? And does it serve you to see it some other way? If you see it as anything less than paradise, like you got to be kidding. I'm looking at the dishes need to be done and the floor needs to be cleaned and the laundry's got to get done and all these papers need to get organized. And if you're looking at it like that, like, oh my God, it's just my house. Woman, get a grip. Then that's just one way to look at it. But it's not the way to look at it. It's just a way to look at it. And there are literally infinite ways you could look at your life, your relationships, your surroundings. You get to choose. So it might feel a bit like making it up. But why not make it up in a way that truly empowers you?
Yeah, we make it up anyway.
Making it up anyway.
Let's have some fun with it. Fun.
Don't get me started again. I'm just going to.
I know. I was going to get off on that. The T-bird. Yeah, and it's like Oscar Wilde actually wrote this. He said, "To love oneself is the beginning of a lifelong romance."
Oh. I love Oscar Wilde anyway, but I didn't know that one.
I know, isn't that great?
Yeah.
It's really great. So, and there is this in our culture, I guess. There's this whole thing. I mean, I grew up this way where everybody else is first and you step back and you take care of everybody else, and that's the way it's supposed to be. If you're a good person like that. So, and I think we had it a little backwards in our culture that way. And it's like that was an inherited conversation from who knows how many generations back. It just keeps getting passed down. And at some point in my life, I started to hear this thing about how about if you put yourself first, so that then you really are capable of helping other people and serving and being a support to other people. What if you do that? what would that look like? Well, it turns out it looks pretty good. It's actually really good. And, to have the kindness that you show everybody else turn towards yourself, imagine what's possible. That's like, that's radical. It is radical. And I love it. Um, so taking care of yourself so you can take care of others. It's actually something that was when I was in a spiritual practice for many years. That was the overall arching um, practice. Take care of yourself so you can take care of others, and that has made a huge difference in my life and in the life of those people around me that I love so dearly and that I want to take care of. So that's one thing. And it's like when we do our courses, I'm always telling people, be selfish. I want you to grab everything for yourself. Be selfish. Put yourself at the front of the line, and you get like the good stuff. So, and it's not, the thing is it's not to take away from somebody else. It doesn't do that. It's not like a
Pie.
balance system, right?
Like a pie. If you take a slice, there's that much less left for others to get.
Yeah.
It's the other way around. The more you do that, the more you have that and are that.
Mm-hmm.
Love is this one thing that the more you give it away, the more it multiplies.
Yep.
Both within you and without you, as in outside of you.
It's pretty much unlimited. And the thing is, this is something I'm always preaching about this, so forgive me if I sound preachy, but if you have children or young ones in your life of any kind, they're watching you and they're watching how you live. And if you are not taking care of yourself and you are always like putting yourself last and all of that, they're learning that. They are, because pretty much they're not always listening to your words. Take it from me. I'm a mom. They don't always listen to what you say, but they sure do see what you're doing and emulate you in so many ways. So, young people, let's show them.
It's kind of like good news and bad news all wrapped up into one. But the cool thing is it gives you parents this opportunity to consciously evolve, if not for yourself, because so many people are built like, I wouldn't necessarily do that for me, but I would absolutely do it for my child or my friend or my whoever. But so yeah, for the children, for our next generation.
Yeah.
Do it for your children, who are actually all of our children.
Very much so.
Yep.
So yeah, and be kind to yourself. Fill that well within you, so that you have all that kindness that just flourishes out and able to share with everybody else. But it's pretty easy to be kind to yourself. There's little things you can do. It just doesn't have to be like a big muckety muck project and I need a spreadsheet and I need a program. And no, it's real simple. It's real easy. Like, when was the last time you read a book? Like a novel, a story, or called a friend you haven't seen in such a long time.
And how much that takes care of both you and the other person. But even if it's just you, the definition of loving kindness is tender kindness motivated by or expressing affection.
Oh, that's nice. I like that.
Me too. So that tenderness, I mean, it so brings forth the gentle hearts that we all are. It really does. So can you be that? Let's start with, would you be willing to be that tender heart, that motivated by affection, which is another way of saying love, but would you be willing to be that tender affection with you? The best part of it is the more you do it with and for yourself, the more you have the capacity and the grace to have that be more generous and more widespread with others.
It's very true.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a big part of this too is to forgive yourself.
Hmm.
Another way of being really kind to yourself is to forgive yourself. Um, I know whenever we talk about forgiveness, which we do quite a bit in our courses, usually at the top of the list, I would say 99.9% the person to forgive is over here, myself, with our participants. And it's a human condition, I think, in a lot of ways. But yeah, to forgive yourself is really does build that capacity that we're talking about to forgive others and to have forgiveness just be accessible and easy. It doesn't have to be, you know, difficult, or it doesn't have to take a lot of time. It's in an instant, in a flash of an instant, in a what millisecond. And Liora could come up with the whole thing
Nanosecond.
around time and space.
It's a nanosecond.
Nanosecond. Okay, nanosecond. Like even before you finish the thought,
Mhm.
done. It is done. Yeah, it's pretty remarkable. And listen to your favorite music. Put your favorite music on in the car, or listen to it, when you're, doing the dishes, put some music on. There's little things you can do to just like, ooh, just
Put
be so,
music on while you're making dinner and dance while you're making dinner.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Exactly.
I like putting on jazz while I'm cooking,
Wow.
and I dance.
I like putting on classical music. So
I like having that on while I'm eating.
there you go. There you
Yeah,
go. Good for digestion, right?
it is actually.
Let's see. People who have greater levels of this is another good one. Self-compassion tend to be more motivated, less lazy, and more successful over time. But just as important, they like themselves even when they fall short. They like themselves even when they fall short. Psychologist Susan David explains how you can cultivate this quality. This was a whole thing that I had picked up on the gift and power of emotional courage.
Mm.
Oh boy, I just went blank. Am I still here?
Yeah.
Okay, this is interesting because everything just went blank. Okay, just so long as I'm still here.
You're still here. You still look beautiful and you still sound great. I love what you're saying.
Okay. Yeah. So one of the great myths about self-compassion is that it's about lying to yourself. Oh
Mm.
my gosh, please. Um, you know, Another myth is that it's about pushing aside your difficult thoughts and saying, now I'm going to tell myself 5 positive things. So it's not even about that. The compassion, we can feel, it seems to me that it's so easy to feel compassionate for people that are, just really having difficulty in their lives. People in Ukraine, the people in the Sudan, so many places where there is so much suffering. Um, but then when it comes to having compassion to yourself because you broke a dish, or you messed up, or you got to an appointment late,
Or you forgot something.
or you forgot something,
How many
all of a
times do we
sudden
get so
that's so hard to do.
self-rating for that?
Yeah.
Mm.
So you're actually doing something very specific for yourself when you're being self-compassionate. You're noticing difficult thoughts showing up for them and creating a sense of psychological safety for yourself. So I kind of like this idea of having yourself be safe even with your from your own thoughts, and having compassion for whenever stuff happens. So this was psychologist Susan David wrote this whole thing, The Gift and Power of Emotional Courage. I'll have Bill put the link on, so if you all want to read in depth about her study, but it's very interesting. We have this ongoing tug of war within ourselves to, um, hold ourselves to this really high standard, which is like impossible. Um, and then when we don't measure up, it's it's time to do our mental flailing. It's just it's just harming yourself. Be nice to yourself, please. Be kind. Be kind to
Here's
yourself.
the thing about that is that we hold in our minds an ideal, like a perfection, and feel like we not only are supposed to, but have to fulfill on this fantasy ideal. And then when we don't, we think that we're just simply less than valuable.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you're less than some made up perfection that isn't really, bless you,
Excuse me.
and God bless you. If you make up something that's a romanticized, idealized, yes, fantasy of perfection, you're never, ever, 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 ever going to measure up. It's kind of like asking women to look like Barbie dolls. It's not going to happen. That's not how a female body is actually built.
Yep.
Although today they've changed the shape, the shape of Barbie dolls, but certainly the kinds that Linnea and I grew up with, and frankly, up until just a couple of years ago.
Yeah. Many generations. Several
Right?
generations there grew up
So
with that.
you can't actually fulfill on these romanticized fantasies. They're not real. You will fall short. The question is, do you stop having those? Is this like a conversation of like, well, be more realistic? No, fantasize away, have fun, and do the best you can. And whatever it is, if it's the best you can do, that's not just good enough. That's amazing. I used to tell my kids when they were in school, well, my youngest two are still in school, but when they're in school, I would say younger school, I would say, if you can get an A and you get a B, frankly, I'm not so proud of you. If you can get an A and you get an A, I'm completely proud of you. If the best you can do really is get a B and you get that B, I am so proud of you. It's just about doing the best you can do. And if that becomes your life, that in all that you do, whether it's making your bed, flossing your teeth, doing your job, going out on a date with your beloved, raising your children, interacting with the clerk at the store, how you maintain your car or your bathroom, or the dishes in your sink. I'm actually facing my kitchen right now and I have no dishes in my sink, but I have friends where they're like piled. I mean, they're stockpiled in their sink, dirty dishes. And I'm like, it doesn't serve them. And it's clear that it doesn't serve them to have them lingering in that way rather than just handling them and having the space that's provided when it is cleaned up. So having that space for yourself, it may not be ideally what's in that fantasy of yours, but if it is in fact the best you could do, that really truly is good enough. I used to have somebody who would say to me rather consistently, you're such a perfectionist, which I tend to be a perfectionist, of course, but you're such a perfectionist and perfection is the enemy of good enough. And I was such a perfectionist that my answer was good enough is the enemy of perfection. What a pain in the butt I was. So,
wow.
I know, right? Total killer.
Yikes.
But what there is like good enough, like getting yourself off the hook, or good enough, like I honestly did absolutely everything I could to make this as perfect as I could. And whatever that is, it is good enough. For real. Can you be loving and kind with yourself? Really employ loving kindness so that you have that gentle tenderness with you in all things at all times. We have some comments. Bill said, I'm really good at forgiving others and being in loving kindness with them pretty much instantly. But for me, A missed note at a concert or a thoughtless word on a conference call, and self-recrimination kicks in and only dissipates over a long period of time. And even when I have forgotten that, I still cringe at the memory, wishing that had never happened in the first place, that high standard you mentioned.
Yeah.
Well, here's the deal. You have to remember that perfection is actually made up of a sundry of imperfections. What you think of as perfect isn't necessarily perfect. I was at a concert once. I had the, oh my God, amazing privilege of being in the audience when Vladimir Horowitz played Rachmaninoff's Third.
Oh my.
So, I mean, it kind of doesn't get better than that.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, for those of you who Bill said,
Wow.
"Oh, then I'm beyond perfect."
I just went off into a whole different
I
direction.
know, right? And I have the ear I have, and I know that piece really, really, really well. And I have to tell you, to this day, I remember there were four. One I wasn't really sure of, but three I was absolutely sure of that he played the wrong notes. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. Vladimir Horowitz played the wrong notes, blah, blah, blah. And it was like, I was missing the concert thinking about that he missed the note. And it really took, I was such a pain in the butt. I was so much of a perfectionist. And it took something for me to bring myself back to listening and feeling. And needless to say, at the end of the piece, it was a huge, rousing, entire audience, standing ovation, many, 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 like nobody stopped clapping, and encore, encore, encore yells that came out, and bravos from his extraordinary mastery. Did he get that because he's Vladimir Horowitz, or did he get that because what he played, even though he missed three notes, actually was perfect? Okay, Carol said, the trap for me is that, quote unquote, my best was still an assessment that I never thought I was good enough. Well, that comes back to you will pale in comparison to this idealized concept of perfection. As long as we hold that like it's real, we're doomed. If you can hold it like it's an ideal and know that you got as far as you could get, it actually is, wow, I'm beyond what I could have been if I didn't hold that ideal. It's sort of like reaching for the stars. Reaching for the stars, you're not going to actually attain arriving at a star, but you'll probably jump a lot higher than if you were just reaching for that 1 inch higher than you stand. Pretty cool. Whatever that is, if that's the best jump you can make, how can it be anything other than good enough? So this conversation is driven for you to actually employ that tender, loving kindness with your own self, recognizing you're never going to be this romanticized ideal. But if it's the best you can do, that's amazing. If it's not the best you can do, that just becomes a new lesson. Okay, Adrian said, it has taken me a long time, but I am happy knowing when I do the best that I can do. Yeah, that's really it.
Very nice.
And I agree. I think I'm not young anymore, so I can honestly say it took me a long time.
You're as young as me.
I'm actually not. I'm you might be my twin, but I'm
That's
older.
Right. You're a couple months older than me. I forgot.
Carol said, what is my best? I always thought I had to play piano as well as Horowitz.
Oh my God.
But you could never play as good as he. You could only play as good as you.
As good as Carol.
That would be perfection.
Yes.
And it is.
Absolutely.
And it's like that with all that we do in life, whether you are playing a piano or teaching your children or loving your spouse or your friends, or doing the job that you do, or taking a walk in the woods, or a hot bath. Is that the best hot bath you could have
Mm.
created for yourself? And if it is at that moment, then that is good enough. I'm going to add one piece to this. I would like you to assume that at any given moment in time, everyone is doing the best they can in that moment.
Yep.
Not the best by your standards or standards you've heard of or the idealized fantasies. But no matter how fabulous or reprehensible someone is at any given moment in time, they are doing the best they can do in that moment. Doesn't mean that includes you. So it doesn't mean that that person or you can't do better. It just means that was the best in that moment. And moments come and moments go really quickly.
Yeah,
So,
they do.
gentle, loving kindness for yourself and for all others. It doesn't mean letting yourself off the hook. It actually is the other way around, and holding yourself responsible for always being able to do a little bit better, if that's where it is. If you really know that better is an available option, if you really know to the core of you that that was the best you can do, and you take the principle that at any given moment, all you can do is the best you can do in that moment, then it's always about gentle, tender, selfish, loving kindness.
Yep.
I'm punting to you.
Okay, and Carol came back and said Horowitz doesn't improvise the way I do. Touche! I love it.
No, he does not. And I don't know if he gets the joy out of what you like, the kind of joy you get out of it.
Improvisation. Yeah. Very cool. Nice. So I want to read this last little blurb from Susan David. She just says things so beautifully. So ultimately, self-compassion is about recognizing what it means to be human.
Hmm.
Discomfort, stress, disappointment, loss, and pain are all part of the human journey. If we are not able to enter into a space of kindness to ourselves, we're putting ourselves at odds with the reality of life. Another hallmark of humanity is imperfection. To be human is to be imperfect and to make mistakes. Self compassion is a necessary part of our journey. It's about recognizing that you are doing the best you can with who you are, with what you've got, and with the resources you've been given. This kind of wraps up everything that's already been said. Kindness.
Nice.
Be kind. Be kind to yourself. All right. So, should we meditate?
Yeah, I just want to make one note
Yeah.
that Vladimir Horowitz doesn't feel anything like you feel. He doesn't improvise like you. He doesn't even play like you now since he died in 1989.
Yeah, he's not here anymore. Oh, that's funny. Okay. Well, Horowitz apparently is like hanging around because he keeps coming.
I'm sure he is.
He's so in our lives. We love you. We love you, Vladimir.
What a gift. What a gift. What a gift.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to do a meditation that I think is pretty awesome. And it's being kind to yourself, but from the standpoint of being your own best friend.
Mm,
Okay. So
love
get
that.
yourself into a meditative position. Please be comfortable. Uh, don't have any attention on your body. Don't cross arms or legs or anything. Use the whatever mudra is best for you. For in Zoetic, we use a 3-finger mudra. So thumb, forefinger, middle finger. Just hold them lightly together and place them on your lap or by your side. Put your tongue up behind your upper front teeth where the teeth meet the gum. And if you are able, put the soles of your feet together and it'll fully circuit you within your body. So close your eyes. If you have glasses, you can take those off, set them aside, and close your eyes. So with your tongue up, touching the back of your top teeth where the gum and the teeth meet, inhale through your nose and bring in pure white light down through your crown chakra. Hold that breath for a moment. Completely fill your lungs up with that brilliant, pure white light. And then drop your jaw and exhale, just releasing whatever is there. Again, tongue up. Inhale pure white light in down through your crown chakra. This time, fill your whole body with that pure white light. Locate anything that is not of the light, surround it in the light, and release it on the breath. Just let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Once again, tongue up. Inhale pure white light down through your crown chakra and locate any last vestiges in your system, anything that is not of the light, any discomfort at all, and put that in the white light to be released. Drop your jaw and exhale that out. Just release whatever is there. Just let it go. Let it go. Let it go. And now consciously slow down your breath. Breath is a circle. There is no beginning and there is no end to the breath. There is no top to the breath, no bottom to the breath. All there is allowing the breath of pure white light in and allowing the breath of pure white light out. Completely and fully permeate yourself with pure white light surrounding your body, top, bottom, front, back, covering every particle of you, every nook, every cranny, every crevice, completely filled with pure white light, like a soft white blanket, just gently cradling you, holding you. Who you are is a being of pure white light, both within and without, and everything in between. And now bring into your consciousness the number 9 and just feel yourself going deeper. 9, deeper. 9, deeper and deeper. 8, 8, 8, 'Deeper and deeper. 7, 7, 7, 'Deeper and deeper. 6, 'Deeper. 6, 'Deeper. 6, deeper and deeper. 5, 5, 5, deeper and deeper. 4, 4, 4, deeper and deeper. 3, deeper. 3, deeper. 3, deeper and deeper. 2, 2, 2, deeper and deeper. 1, 1, 1, deeper and deeper. Bring to mind your best friend or one of your best friends. Maybe a friend from childhood, the one you have been through thick and thin together. Perhaps it's a sibling. Maybe it's a friend you met when your children were young and you navigated the uncertainty of being a parent together. Perhaps it's a friend you are so grateful you met in the military or school or through another friend. Or perhaps it's the person you married. Bring them fully in mind, whether you see them visually or perceive their energy or just sense their presence. Now wrap your best friend in a blanket of white light. Let your love for them fill your heart. Feel how much they love you, how much they appreciate you, how they have been there for all the celebrations in your life, and how they have been the one to run to your rescue. Remember the times you have laughed uncontrollably together. Remember the times your friend held you as you cried uncontrollably. Remember when your friend said words to you like, "It's going to be all right. Don't worry, I'm here. I'll help you. You are not alone. We can solve this together. You are so beautiful. You are doing a great job. I am here for you no matter what. You are my best friend, and I love you." Bring forward how you love the ongoing discovery of your best friend. Hold that love. Let it deepen. You may feel warmth. You may feel moved. You may have emotions surfacing. Let them come up. You may feel elated. However you feel is perfect. Stay with that. Reside in this space with love and appreciation for your best friend. Now, staying in this loving and grateful energy, be present to yourself. It can be an image of you, or perhaps you can perceive your energy or a sense of yourself like you were watching a movie. You are able now to see or perceive any way you can. You are starting to see how being your own best friend has not come easily until now. There is an opening, an invitation now to see what it would be like to be your own best friend. All the kindnesses your best friend shows you, the kindnesses you give your best friend, you now can bring that into your life for yourself. Actually be your own best friend. Remember how you've been there for all the celebrations in your life and how you have been the one to run to your own rescue. Remember the times you have laughed at yourself. Remember the times that you did your best to comfort yourself as you cried uncontrollably. Now you can say these things to yourself. It's going to be all right. Don't worry. I'm here. I'll help you. You are not alone. We can solve this together. You are so beautiful. You are doing a great job. I am here for you no matter what. You are my best friend, and I love you. You are falling head over heels in love with yourself. Embrace that love. Hold it in your heart of hearts. Be still and stay with this love of you as your own best friend. I'm going to begin counting up from 1 to 9. As I do so, allow your consciousness to rise from level to level with the numbers. When I say the number 9, gently open your eyes and become present to your surroundings. 1, 2, 3. Feel your conscious mind arising. 4, 5, 6. Feel yourself in your body, where and how you are sitting, the air around you. 7, 8, 9. Gently open your eyes and allow yourself to be present in your body and present to your surroundings. Welcome back. Well, Bill's back.
He said, lovely, thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. Welcome back, best friends. Very nice. I like this. I like this talk. I needed to hear this myself.
I will let people know that 2 little advertisements. One, we have a meditation workshop coming up June 23, 24, 25.
Yep.
And Chuck said, nice, clicked out, pleasant thoughts to go away with. I can tell you, I clicked out. I loved it. Thank you, Linnea, so much.
You're
I
welcome.
feel very peaceful.
Wonderful. I'm so glad.
Yep. So the meditation workshop, it will be the first one in our new digs, and I'm very excited. So June 23, 24, 25. Reminder, if you've ever done Zoetic workshops, meditation first class, you can do it for free anytime you want.
Come on
So
back.
for anybody, if you haven't taken a class or you have, but you would like to quote unquote review, because if you take it again, it's really like taking it new for you as who you are now. And it's absolutely free for that. And then the other thing to tell you is we just dropped for integration this year, which is July 1st to 15th. We will be in Sandbridge. It's the southernmost part of Virginia Beach, and it's really so nice there.
Beautiful there.
And really gorgeous, actually. Just an incredible space, incredible home. And we have a lot of people. It's really funny. Nobody dropped out, but a lot of people who moved to 2024. So we just had a lot of spaces open up, and which is fine. But to fill it in this short notice, those 2 weeks, July 1 to 15th, we are having the tuition. So it's only $1,000 tuition, and you are welcome to come join if you have, for reviewers, if you have already done integration and want to do it, it's only $1,000. So woohoo, come play with us for 2 weeks in sacred community, as Carol calls it. And come just drench yourself in just simply being.
Yeah.
And then live your life from that. So those are my 2 advertisements. And okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you for being here with us, whether it's live or Memorex. And
Adrienne, it's so nice having you around. Carol, love having you and your comments.
Yeah,
and Billy, of course,
kind of a nice treat.
Whoever else is here. I'm just going to say, for anybody who doesn't already know this, we don't always get all of the comments that are made. We have yet to figure this out, but they don't all come through. So we answer the ones we get. All right. Be your own best friend.
Yep.
Loving kindness, selfish, loving kindness.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Love you all so much. See you next time.